Hi there, welcome back to the DutchRC channel, and today we'll be building the newly released Dakota from Hobbyking 1600mm plane, foam of course, with retracts, flaps, lights and all kinds of skill details. Alright, so in most builds, the first thing I tackle is the electronics. It's always a good idea, I think, to check and set up your electronics before you've got everything assembled, and then find out that, for instance, a servo doesn't work, or an ESC or a light. It's much easier to fix before you assemble the plane entirely. Alright, and in this first part I'll be calibrating the throttle range of both ESCs. And if you've never done so, this might be interesting. If you have done lots of planes, you know how this works. Okay, so what I've done here is among this spaghetti of wires, I have put the this motor's ESC on channel 3, only this one, and I've put the BEC to power my receiver on channel 8 at this moment, and that's it really. I've got a LiPo, not the LiPo I'll be using in flight, but a LiPo will work fine. And I've got my transmitter here. It's a Futaba transmitter, as you can see, and I've already set up a new model for this plane. Let's switch this thing on. Now, once again, if you've never calibrated the throttle range on an ESC, it's very simple. Most modern ESCs will let you set the throttle range this way. Okay, and I start off by putting this is a Mode 2 transmitter, so throttle is on the left. I put it on full throttle, then I hook it up, and once I've done so, you will hear 2 beeps, and after those 2 beeps you throttle all the way back to 0, and then you'll be calibrated. Okay, that was it really. Now I can probably spin it up. No? Oh, well, let's reconnect it. Maybe these ones require reconnecting. There. Alright. Okay, some ESCs let you run it up right away. This one needed to be reset. But now I have calibrated the throttle range on this ESC. Of course I need to do the exact same thing on the other one. So let's disconnect my battery and I'll shut down my transmitter. Okay. This plug was not cooperating very much, but okay. I'll hook up the other ESC's power. There. I'll get rid of this one in the transmitter, and I'll find the number 3 ESC. This one's from this motor, of course. And I'll put it in channel 3. La, 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 la. There we go. All hooked up. Transmitter on. Full throttle. And connect the LiPo. Wait for the beeps. Okay, throttle to 0. Okay, let's check that. Battery off, battery on. That sounds healthy to me. Okay, now great. That's both ESCs calibrated. Next thing I'll do is I'll hook up all ESC wire, servo wires and the lights, so I can check if every servo works, and center all servos. But now I have this wing here, I can also show you one other thing. As you can see, I've applied 2 stickers of the de-icing boots, and I wasn't really happy with that because they're high gloss, and de-icing boots shouldn't be high gloss, of course. But then I noticed that the covering of the sticker can be peeled off. I don't know if you can see that, but this one is flat black and this one is high gloss, and there, after you've applied the stickers from this model, you can peel off the top coat quite easily, and you'll be left with a flat black de-icing boot. Very nice, much better. I'm happy with that. Okay, I'll hook up all the ESC servo wires off camera, and then I'll show you what to do next. Alright, and through the magic of TV, all my servos and lights are now connected. You see this lovely spaghetti of wires, and underneath somewhere there is a receiver as well. Of course I'll tidy up that bunch of wires once I've tested everything. But let's see, my transmitter is on. And let's hook this thing up. And wow, it's a Christmas tree right there. Okay, ESCs have spun up. Well, first thing you notice is that the lights function. Once I turn it around, you can also see the green and the red lights, but the landing lights work just fine. And let me carefully flip this wing over. La, 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 la. Okey-do. Okay. Ailerons work. Let me see if they work the correct way. No, I have to reverse that. Let me do that right now. Channel 1, reverse. And yep, that's right. Okay, let's see if all flap servos work. Uh-oh, I can already see that this one isn't centered right. That's not very nice. Actually, that's quite bad. I'm not happy with that. They do, I've got the flaps on the slider on the bottom of my transmitter here. They do rotate the right way, that's nice. But I hope you can see that. Let me check in the viewfinder. I'm gonna zoom in a little. Refocus. Okay. I think you can see that this horn and this horn are completely out of whack. Of course I can make this control rods shorter, but then they will not function geometrically the right way. Okay, well, it'll be hard to get in there with a screwdriver. Okay, last thing, let's check the landing gear. Oh, wrong knob. Alright, yeah, that's the right way around. Very nice. I would have liked them to go a little slower, but reasonable. And well, they turn reasonably well. Okay, okay, I have to also make notice of one other thing. In my unboxing I said that there was some binding in the one aileron. There was, so I shaved off with a sanding paper a little edge over here, like that. Besides that, these flaps, some of them were, I think it's due to the paint that they were a little too long. I had to shave down those as well. That made the paint come off, of course, so I made them this edge black. Now they fit into their slots without binding. And well, notice about the fit of everything so far. This flap is thicker than this one. This one will slot into its pocket almost all the way. This one won't. I'm not sure. I think I'll be able to shave a little off so it will fit completely in. But I don't think it's a big deal, but I don't really like it. Okay, let me rearrange things a little, and we'll be working on the tail section of the plane now. Okay, what? That's not a tail section. No, I reconsidered, and I thought it'd be handy to also install the control rods and links for my ailerons and flaps now that the wing is out here. So off camera I have done two things. I have ripped out this servo to adjust the control horn. That was reasonably doable, but not something I really looked forward to. But okay, it's done. And after that I also screwed on the control horns. As you can see, all control horns are in place. And the manual doesn't tell you which screws to use, which length of screws to use. So I've looked that up for you. The ailerons use the 14mm screws, 14mm, and the four flaps all use 8mm screws, 8mm. After that you'll have some screws, of course, for the tail section. I'll come to that in a minute. Okay, so well, of course it's always a good idea to put your links on with the transmitter on, and so you know the servos are in their live position. So let me put this LiPo on, there you go, and yes, thank you. Okay, let's recheck if everything works. Yes, everything works. Yay, okay. Okay, I've got the flaps set so that they will be in their up position. Okay, and well, of course you've got four small links, control links, and needless to say that they will be for the flaps, and you've got two longer ones and they will be for the ailerons. Alright, so, well, not rocket science to install those of course, but let's get cracking. And for the ailerons I'll be using the outmost hole on the servo arm to have the most deflection. And no need to free them up, they slot right in. And this one's a little long, so I'll turn the clevers clockwise, 2 turns, how's that? That might be reasonable. Let's try it out. Try and put as little stress on your servos as possible in this section. No, it's still a little long. 1, 2, 3. I had to shave off some flashing on the control horns, by the way. Not much though, and there's no real need to do it. I just wanted them to look as best they could, and it's still a little long. Okay, 1, 2, 3. La 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 la. Okay, still some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should do it. Well, I can already tell you that I will probably be replacing those aileron servos. They don't center super well. I'm used to Metal Gear digital servos for my ailerons, and these are, I don't know if they're, I'm not sure, I don't think they're digital, they're plastic gear at least. Okay, that's reasonable. Okay, let me put those flaps in. I have no idea if what kind of range I will be needing here, so I'll just try it out. These need to be a lot shorter. Still a lot shorter. Okay, let me try that on. Oh, damn. Okay, well, looks like it needs to be a little more shortened. 1, 2, 3. And how is that? That was too short, of course. One. Okay, very nice, that seems flush. Let's try it out. Okay, I'll have to adjust the end point in my transmitter. As a matter of fact, let me try and do that right now. And that's channel 6, of course. Channel 6, channel 6, channel 6. There. Let's try 75. No, a little less. Okay, I'm now at 60 and I still don't have the servo being happy. So that means I will be using the second hole in the servo arm. Okay, come on out, buddy. Okay, second hole, where are you? Sorry, I'll be in the camera's way. Well, looks like they've drilled out the last hole but not the rest, and that would mean that they do intend you to use the last hole. Yeah, does look like it. Okay, I'll be drilling out that last hole off camera, of course. But once again, I do advise you to use the second hole on your flap servo arm. And let's see if that also goes for this one. There. Okay, once again, this one also needs to be shortened considerably. How's that? No, still too long. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, of course I'll be attaching the other side of the wings control horns off camera, and then we will finally go to the tail of the plane. Okay, short part about the wing still. You might have noticed me struggling with this aileron control rod a minute ago, and that was due to a clevis being stripped out. I'm not sure if you can see that, but this is completely stripped out. Now, that's not a real issue for me, because I have tons of airplane parts in my shop, but well, if you encounter the same problem, you might have to make another control rod for yourself. And I've actually used the third hole on the control horn for my flaps. And as you can see, they move in parallel now, and with the second or first hole they didn't use in parallel at all. This is my complete range of motion at the moment. Good enough for me. I'm not looking for complete brake flaps, so I don't need them to go 90 degrees downside. This is fine for me, and I have my endpoint set at 80 at the moment. Great, that's far better than it was. Okay, well, one final time. We'll be assembling the tail now. Okay, tail time. With the tail you'll get 4 bolts, 3 shorter ones and 1 longer one. You also get a Allen key, for which I have not found any use so far. That's funny. No screwdriver, by the way. Lots of Phillips heads, but no screwdriver. Okie dokie. I have already installed the control arm, the clevers, and also the retainer. Let me take off the screw on it at this moment. There we go. And also on the rudder, control rod on. Okay, now first things first. This is the horizontal stabilizer, of course, and the elevator. Do make sure you work it loose a little before installing it. And I have installed this retainer on the inside of the plane. Why? Because this control rod will otherwise be bent outwards. You will have a challenge to fitting in the screw with the tail in the way, but I think it's doable. And on the vertical stabilizer and rudder, I have put it on the top side, because otherwise you will not be able to reach the screw with your screwdriver. Do not forget to put some Loctite or CA glue on the bolt that holds the retainer down. Otherwise I will come and kill you in your sleep. Not really, of course, but you really should. Okay, now I'll slot the control rod through the retainer. There. Is that working out? You will not be getting a cat with this plane, by the way. It's not a complimentary product from Hobbyking. Why is this not working out? Should go right through. That is strange. I know you can't see what I'm doing here. Sorry for that. This is a tight fit. Okay. It's through. Rotate it around. Okay, now my guess, and once again it's a guess, is that the 2 of the shorter bolts will hold on your horizontal stabilizer, and the short and the long one will hold on the vertical stabilizer, and the long one will probably go on the front, because that's the thickest part of the tail. Alright, let me try and get these screws in then. Actually, why not get a drill for it? Of course, if you're using an electric screwdriver, make sure you don't strip anything out. If you hear your screwdriver getting a little more load, stop right away. This one isn't going in right. What's going on here? Of course, there's no way of seeing if it lines up. Try this once more. Come on. That isn't working out at all. What's going on? Alignment. Might be. Okay, how's this? Okay, ooh, my battery's dead. Okay, next screwdriver. Okay, last part I'll do with the manual screwdriver to have a little more feel. Onyx. Okay, that's in. Alright, next thing, the vertical stabilizer. This will probably be a tight fit as well. Alright, that's in. And I've already dry fitted this. Vertical stabilizer installation is a bit of a tight squeeze. Well, at least it's gonna be held in with friction well. It's never a bad thing. Okay. Alright, let's turn it on its back. Now once again short. The bolt is going in the back, I would presume, and the long one in the front of the back. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's that one done, and you know, and as you can probably tell, I still have a gap over here. I'll have a look off camera what's causing that. Maybe I'll have to trim something off or press a little harder. Quite a large gap. Okay, I'll have a look off camera on that, and after that I'll tidy up the wires on the wing, and then I can well, basically screw the wing on, and that's most of the build. Alright, I'll have a look at the fitment of the tail and be back at you. Okay, this is a little messy at the moment, but I've put the fuselage and the wings on a pillow to not damage the tail, and I've already attached put the tail servo wires into the receiver, so I should be able to just put the wing on this fuselage, and first thing is run the wires for the battery up to the front. There we go. And make sure the rest of the wires are nicely tucked into the fuselage. Go. I'm not completely sure about this. Is my receiver in the way? No, some wires are in the way. Okay. Wires are out of the way, and there we go. It fits nicely. Okay, you get two long bolts to hold the wing on. Once again, you will not be getting a cat with the plane. Okay, last part manually, of course. Okay, that feels all right. There we go. Let's see how this looks. Now, tell me what you think. This is starting to look like a plane in my opinion. And a damn good plane, good looking plane in my opinion as well. Alright, well that's most of the build of course. I'll put the propellers on. There are some scale details supplied with the plane. It's of course up to you if you put them on or not. And decals, also personal preference I think. Well, that sort of completes the build. If you have any questions whatsoever, post them up below the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Thanks in advance and see you in the next video. Bye bye.